Michael was born then. Well, I don't know. I had so many kids of my own that it was kind of nice, you know. No, they didn't know. See, at that time, I was working. So, I mean, I was kind of, wasn't probably as close. I would have had been home. See, I was, but I mean, if they wanted, there was sickness or an emergency, I used to mind the house. I remember when Bobby was sick, one time, your mother and father lived over there in John Bazant's house for a while. Bobby was sick, so your mother and father were all exhausted, your grandmother and them. So I remember one night I went over and I stayed all night, and I held the baby all night because he couldn't lie him down. He had bronchial trouble, I think. And then when they moved up here, then they decided, I had that lot of land there, so I let Kenny have the lot. And then they moved that little house in Dartmouth, I think. They built it. Well, they did fix it up. Oh yeah, they made it. It was only small. It was four. There were only 3 rooms, I think. Well, no, 4 rooms. It was real small. But they lived up there Susan was. Susan was born up there. Like Gordon and Shirley, well, I used to mind house for them. It was going to be a permanent job, so I said I wasn't. I could be. If I minded house for all the kids, I would be on a go for 6 days a week. So I just refused instead of an emergency or that I did.
Yeah.
So I mean, I probably didn't get as close to the kids as I probably would have had I been home. Andy getting lost one day. Your mother was. He was only a little fellow. He was only 15 months old.
Yeah.
Some woman came to the door and she went over. It was her child, and here she found him down the road down there. And he was only small, but got away that quick, Then the kids used to coast down the hill, and I had my tree out there. Well, it's still there, but that's where your landing spot was in my tree, and I used to be so mad because it used to bloom, eh? And you fellas kind of wrecked us. Yeah, well then Betty's got 2 boys. He was born over in PEI, and Betty had quite a time when he was born. I was working at Simpson's at the time, so he was only home a week, I guess, so I went over for a week. Took a week over because Betty was pretty sick. Well, she didn't know if she was going to make it or not. And then Sean was born over there, too. So anyway, the only time I saw them was when they come over, you know what I mean? Remember, once they come over, they had the little Volkswagen, and they had all their stuff in the cart, and here was poor Mike sitting in the middle just to put that much space. I don't know why he didn't get claustrophobia, sitting because Norm would never allow him to sit in the front seat, never. Yeah. So I was over there 2 or 3 times. And then when Stephen got married, well, they don't have any family yet, Stephen was the 2nd grandson to get married. First grandson, Joanne was married, and then Stephen, and then now Rosalind. Rosalind, I don't imagine Rosalind will have any children. I got a feeling she won't. No, she's not fussy about children. He's already got 2, and so he has to support those children, Now Pam, of course, she's going around the boyfriend now, not married. But I don't imagine Pam will have any children.
No.
Because Catherine basically doesn't like children.
Yeah,
but she likes her own,
But
I mean, I was always one, I always made a big fuss over all kids, what I mean? Every kid, like when you were smaller, I never could buy and never bought you a whole lot of things, or Christmas time I always remembered everybody, and your birthday usually. Forgot 2 birthdays this year, but that's old age. And then Gordon, when everybody went away, Bill moved to Amherst. And then Gordon moved to Digby. And Betty was away anyway. Remember particularly Susan when she was small. I had a little bush growing down there by the flower bed there on the lawn. And I used to have a little fence around it. Always used to get knocked down. They'd either run over it with the car or bump into it. And this day she was going by and she looks at it. She was only around 3, I guess. So she takes her foot and she kicks it over. And I happened to be out on the veranda, so I called her. I said, Susan, what did you do that for? And she just looked and ran home. I can always remember her doing it.